All right, now we're gonna go through the stretch portion. Now that you trained your hamstrings and glutes, let's touch up on the stretch that involves the glutes. Therefore, our hip area can loosen up and breathe again. This is how you do it. All right, I will show you guys how to do the laying glute stretch. This is gonna help us loosen up our glute area and hip area. After that, I'll show you ways to progress from the stretch or take a few steps back to achieve the stretch. Okay, you're gonna lay down, bend both knees just like that, bring the heels as far back as you can. You're gonna lift one foot over the other knee, just like this. Now grab behind this knee, interlocking your fingers right behind, just like that. Boom. And you're gonna pull that knee towards the chest. Oh. So you should not be pulling the knee so much where you can get it to your chest, but your butt is lifting off the ground. We don't want that. You wanna keep the butt on the ground and then pull as much as you can. So very simple, let's go over it again real quick. Do the other leg, over the knee, hands behind the knee, grab it, pull as much as you can. However, don't let your hips come off the ground. Good stretch, man. If this stretch is too hard for you, here are 3 ways that you can progress into it. If I was a very tight person, especially in my hip area, glute area, these are the steps I would take to slowly progress into it. You don't have to immediately be able to pull the knee. You can take steps to get there. And these are the steps I'd take. So same thing, you're on your back, you're gonna get your foot over the knee, and it already feels tight right there. You already feel a deep stretch. Chill, bro. That's your stretch right there. Hang out right here. Cool. Let's say this is easy for you. The next thing you're gonna do is you see this hand, all you're gonna do is push this knee away. Ooh, I already feel a stretch. Spend some time here, bro. Do this stretch a few weeks before you go to the next. Now the next one, you're gonna grab behind the knee, but you're so tight that you can't get behind the knee. This is what you do. You're gonna grab a towel, open that towel. It can be big, small, whatever towel you have. If you don't have a towel, grab a t-shirt, something that you can use like this. Because what you're gonna do is put it behind the knee, just like that. Get that leg over how it was supposed to. And then, so reaching behind the knee, you're gonna grab the towel and you're gonna pull. So that's the towel method. If you can do all this and you need to progress up because it feels too easy where you go around and you're pulling and it's too easy right here, what you can do is use your elbow and push that knee as you pull the other leg. So you're pushing this knee and pulling this one. The goal here is to stretch the muscle. Make sure that you don't overdo it. Don't let your ego come in and go do the fullest stretch if you are very tight. If you're very tight, my friend, go ahead and do it by steps and stick to it for a few weeks. Sometimes you only need days, depending how fast you recover. If you don't recover fast, spend a little bit longer time doing these stretches, even if they are a few steps back than how the original demonstration was. All right, my friend, if you can still not get this stretch because you are too tight to even do those, here is my tip for you. As I've been there, man, when I was coming out of being semi-paralyzed, I couldn't even do those stretches. I had to take it a whole further step back, and this is what you do. Take your time, because even this little movement feels like a deep stretch for those who are super tight and going through a very bad injury like I did. So just straighten out your legs just like that, head down, one foot on top of the other knee. If you feel a stretch right there already, chill. Feel that for a second. Feel the knee coming down a little. Feel how it opens up right here. If you don't, this is what you're gonna do. Go ahead and lift the leg that's straight. Just slowly bend the knee. Right there. You feel the stretch? That's where you feel it the deepest. That's your position to be in. That's how you're gonna stretch. Same thing applies if you wanna add your hand pressure on the knee. Push it down. You'll feel a slight deeper stretch, especially if you're super tight. If you're not super tight, take it a notch up again. So what you're gonna do to make it harder again, this knee, instead of it being in this position, lift it a little bit higher and then bring that foot over again. You feel that stretch? You don't? Apply some pressure. You already passed that one up, bring it up higher, same steps. Apply pressure, good, same step, apply pressure. Now that you got into this position, woohoo! Use the towel method, use your hands if you can, and progress into that stretch. You can always progress into it until you get that knee all the way down to the chest while keeping the glutes down on the ground. Now hear me out. This whole thing became super easy for you. If you're at that stage, well, you should be training the muscles that you are stretching. So therefore they can get stronger and you have a reason to stretch them. Especially if you're young, bro. If you're young, you're not atrophying muscle as someone who is 50, 60-year-olds. They're actively losing muscle if they're not using it. You may not. You could be maintaining it more than someone who's older than you. Therefore, strengthen that muscle and stretch it. You're not stretching it just because it keeps getting tight by itself. Because at that point, bro, if you can pull the knee all the way, you're flexible. There's nothing tight. You're good. What you can do here, especially if you're following me, it's about gym, right? Go train, strengthen those muscles, make them sore, make them tight, and then do these movements to continue stretching. Your progression will expedite. It will be a lot faster. Because don't forget, training is gym, recovery, and diet. What's recovery? What's recovery? Stretching, sleeping, and stuff like that. Take your stretches seriously. It will be the great path to recovery. With that said, my friends, I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. At this point, you should have 2 exercises and 2 stretches under your belt for relieving lower back pain. There is no excuse. Get these in as many times as you can. Remember, you don't have to do it 3 times or 2 times. You do it as many times as you can. Take a few minutes out the day, morning, night, middle of the day, middle of your work. You're at the desk working. It's been 3 hours. You need to take 5 minutes to do these stretches. I'm sure nobody's gonna get mad. If anything, your boss will support you because he'd rather have somebody working longer than someone who injures themselves and then is out for a while. Stretch, take care of yourself. See you guys. Peace.